Have you ever been the one who never said no, even when your heart was tired? Have you ever been strong for everyone but had no one when you were weak? This is the story of a man who became everyone's support, but forgot that even strong people need someone too. In a quiet village surrounded by mountains and a slow, peaceful river, lived a man named Rehan. Rehan was not rich. He had no big house, no land, no special status, but he had something rare, a heart that never refused anyone. If someone's cart broke on the road, Rehan fixed it. If a farmer fell sick, Rehan worked in his field. If a child cried, Rehan made them smile. No matter the time, no matter the weather, Rehan was always there. People used to say, if Rehan is around, you don't need to worry. And slowly, Rehan became the person everyone depended on. But what no one saw was the silence behind his smile. Every morning, before the sun even rose, Rehan woke up. He fetched water for an old man who lived alone. Then he carried wood for a widow across the village. Then he rushed to the fields to help farmers. By afternoon, his body was already tired, but his work was never finished because someone always needed him. When evening came, Rehan walked back to his small, broken house. The door creaked, the roof leaked, the walls were cracked. Inside, there was no light, no laughter, no one waiting. He would sit quietly in the corner holding a cup of water, too tired to even cook food. Sometimes he slept hungry, but even then he told himself, it's okay, at least I helped someone today. Days turned into months, and slowly, Rehan stopped noticing his own pain. One day, during the peak of summer, a man came running. Rehan, my son is trapped near the riverbank. Please help. Without thinking, Rehan ran. The sun was burning. The ground was hot. His body was already weak, but he didn't stop. He reached the river. The boy was stuck between rocks, water rising fast. Rehan jumped in without fear. He pushed the rocks, pulled the boy, fought the current, until finally the boy was safe. People cheered. They called him a hero. But no one noticed that Rehan couldn't stand properly anymore. That night, as he walked back home alone, his steps slowed. His vision blurred. His chest felt heavy. And just a few steps before his door, Rehan collapsed. The village continued its life. People were busy. Some thought, Rehan must be helping someone. Others didn't think about him at all. Inside his broken house, Rehan lay on the floor, weak, hungry, alone. One day passed, then two, then three. No one came. His lips were dry. His body burned with fever. And for the first time in years, he whispered, I was there for everyone. Why is no one here for me? Tears rolled down his face, not from pain, but from the weight of loneliness. On the fourth day, a traveler arrived in the village, an old man with calm eyes and a peaceful face. As he walked past Rehan's house, he felt something was wrong. He stopped, knocked, got no answer, pushed the door open, and saw Rehan lying there. The old man quickly brought water, lifted his head, and helped him drink. After some time, Rehan slowly opened his eyes. The old man asked gently, Why are you alone, my son? Rehan smiled weakly and said, Because I was too busy being there for everyone, I forgot to be there for myself. The old man looked at him deeply and said something that changed everything. A tree that gives shade to everyone but never drinks water will one day dry and fall. Rehan stayed silent. The old man continued, Kindness is beautiful, but without balance, it becomes self-destruction. You don't lose your goodness by resting, you protect it. Those words hit Rehan's heart, like a truth he had avoided for years. For the first time, he didn't feel guilty for being tired. The next morning, Rehan made a different choice. He didn't run to help anyone. He stayed home, cleaned his house, fixed the broken door, covered the holes in the roof. It wasn't easy. His body was still weak, but something inside him felt stronger. That evening, instead of working, he sat near the river. He watched the water flow slowly, the sky turning orange, the wind touching his face. For the first time in years, Rehan felt peace. Days passed and people noticed. Rehan has changed. He doesn't come like before. Some were confused, some were upset. But when they asked him, Rehan simply smiled and said, I am still kind. I'm just not broken anymore. Now, when someone asked for help, He didn't always say yes immediately. Sometimes he said, "I will come after I rest," or "I will help, but not at the cost of myself." At first, people didn't understand, but slowly, they saw the difference. Rehan looked healthier, happier, stronger, and when he helped now, it came from strength, not exhaustion. One day, a young boy asked him, "Why are you different now?" Rehan smiled and replied, "Because I finally learned, even the strongest hearts need care." Time passed, and something beautiful happened. The village changed. People started helping each other instead of depending on one person. They rested. They cared for themselves. They noticed others more. Slowly, the village became kinder than ever before. One evening, Rehan sat by the river again. The sky was calm. The air was soft. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Now I understand. Being there for yourself is not selfish. It's necessary." For the first time, Rehan didn't feel empty. He felt full. Final message. You don't have to break yourself to prove your kindness. You don't have to say yes to be loved. Take rest. Take space. Take care of your heart. Because the world doesn't need your sacrifice, it needs your strength.